Hello and welcome back to the channel, brawlers. Thank you all for tuning in to another Bakugan Legends unboxing. I'm your host, BakuBrad96, and in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at the Diamond Traitorous Starter Pack. So not only does this obviously include the Diamond Ultra Traitorous, but it also includes Diamond Spartillion and my personal favorite, Diamond FENNECA. Of course, FENNECA is the channel mascot after all. But yeah, super excited about this set. When it was leaked, when people showed it off, I thought it was absolutely amazing. So here's a little bit of the back detail. As you can see, it's FENNECA, Spartillion, and Traitorous, all of which have had diamond variants before. But this is the Legends Diamonds, so they're a little different. And one thing to note is that Evo cards are the only way to get new Bakugan Pro cards. Since I think Evolutions, those were the only new cards to be printed, were just Diamond Evos. So for me, that's great to get some more cards. Always great. I really love the TCG. It's a shame Spinmaster is scrapping it at this point. But either way, I'm going to support Bakugan no matter what it turns into. So yeah, thanks for tuning in again, and let's go ahead and take a look at this together, because I don't know what the stats are going to be for the Evos. And I don't know what all is included, so I know the Traitorous character card. I did review the normal Traitorous starter pack. I'll have a link to that video in the description below in case you missed yesterday's video. But again, this week, for those of you who don't know, this week I will be putting out a video every day, and I have been so far. This will be the 4th video done, and really all I'm trying to do is catch up on Bakugan Legends products before I get these new series started on the channel. I do have a lot of ideas and a lot of plans, so just be patient, brawlers, and let's all enjoy Bakugan together. Hopefully these videos are a little enjoyable, a little informative, and worth your time. But there are the figures finally out of the plastic. Now I'm going to take a look at the Bakucore, the gate card, and do things in the normal order that you all know I do them in. So starting off with, of course, that gate card, nothing new. Still just another, I think this is a Geogun Rising gate card if I'm not mistaken. We didn't get any in Evolutions that were new, nor in Legends so far. But not a bad gate card either way, I suppose. The Bakucore included, so I know we're already going to have 2 Flaming Fists because that's Traitorous' core lineup. Going to go ahead and start out with those. So a -5 damage is included. A plus 250 B power and plus 3 damage, so not a bad one there. That's actually pretty good. 2 magic shields included in this set, so a plus 600 B power. It's not the best, but it is the second best. Not a bad core to pick up. But we do get another trap, which is a shame, so a -500 B power shield. And then we have a green fist plus 150 B power and plus 2 damage. And then lastly, the final core included is a shield plus 300 B power. I mean, not the worst Bakucore lineup I've seen in a starter pack, but it's not the best. At least these cores kind of work with the Bakugan. Whereas a few of the earlier sets I've unboxed this week, the cores are just all over the place and they don't help at all. So I will take that. That is something after all. Now then, taking a look at the character cards. I will quickly go over Ultra Traitorous because, again, I just reviewed him yesterday. Double Flame Fist, B power of 206 damage. But if he lands on a Flaming Fist, you do get to add a Bakucore from the field to your Bakugan, which is obviously going to be Traitorous. Now, I did theorize if you use a 650 and you get the 250, that's 450 and then 650, so you end up with 1100, and that's just not super strong. But if you went the damage wins route and you just wanted to play that kind of deck, then with 6 base damage, obviously Traitorous is going to be very strong. You could have a +5 Red Fist or a +6 Red Fist and then add another one. So you've got like 18 damage or 16 damage. I forget if it's +5 or +6 on the Red Fist, but I know it's one of those. And either way, that's going to be a huge amount of damage on Treacherous. So just a few ways you can play him, honestly. Not necessarily B-power wise, because I think it's a little weak to be reliable. But a really cool Bakugan, at least for utility's sake in damage decks. I mean, it gives those players an option. Now then, Spartillion. So I'm a little, I don't know, flabbergasted by this R-less Spartillion. So I did have an R-less Spartillion before in Geogan Rising. So this is a remake or a reprint, if you will. It includes a shield and a green fist core, B-power of 1000, so just like the R-less Ultra Demark, this R-less Spartillion has a base B-power of 1000. Quite a few Bakugan coming out of Legends that I have. I think this is the 4th one I've unboxed that has a base B-power of 1000, which is kind of crazy. It only solidifies my point that if your Bakugan's B-power is too low, it's not going to be that effective. But on the other hand, Spartillion does only have 1 damage, so obviously a B-power Bakugan, focusing on how much B-power you can gain, and then you just want to whittle away with what damage you can put through to the opponent. Not a bad card though. I do like the artwork. Take the time to really bring it up if I can get it to focus. There we go. Spartillion is such a cool design of a Bakugan. I really like him. I would take a look at the Treacherous card art, but again, I really just reviewed it yesterday, and I don't want to waste people's time reviewing multiple things that I already have. Now, here is the mascot. So this is, of course, FENNECA. I've got to get out my Elemental FENNECA at some point. I missed rolling it out for my intros. Like, I used to like doing that. I need to start doing that again. But anyway, back to the unboxing. So this version of FENNECA has a double blue shield lineup, which I think is really nice. Unfortunately, with a base B-power of 400, assuming you pick up a blue shield at 650, you're only going to get 1050 B-power, a little low. But look at that base damage FENNECA has, 7. That is a ton of damage. Now, I don't know how well the Chaos faction works in a damage wins strategy, but if you could pull it off, like, this FENNECA is amazing. I think, I don't want to say I'm positive because I get things wrong a lot, but as far as I know, this is the strongest Chaos FENNECA damage-wise. I know a few of them have higher B-power, but as far as damage, I think this is the highest printed damage on a FENNECA. Please correct me in the comments down below if I am wrong. I just cannot believe to see 7 damage on FENNECA. That is really crazy. But that's it for the stats. Really great stats, a little lower on the B-power end, but worth considering for, again, damage wins, I suppose, just like Treacherous, or any kind of deck where you can circumvent the B-power from the opponent, like if you could reduce cores or take them off. FENNECA is worth considering because that is a lot of damage, just a ton of damage. But yeah, the artwork looking really nice. They gave FENNECA the new Legends coloring, and just what a beautiful Bakugan. Foxes are cool already. There was Blitz Fox. I don't like Blitz Fox as much. I really like FENNECA. And it all comes down to me finding just the one elemental variant when Geogan Rising released. And I just fell in love with it. And I've kind of liked FENNECA ever since. FENNECA has been the face of the channel for some time now. But yeah, really awesome Bakugan. Now then, enough of my ranting. It's time to take a look at some Diamond Evos. So starting off with Treacherous's Evo. Ultra Treacherous cost 4. So it looks like that is the even spread for Evos this year in Legends. I think every Diamond Evo I've gotten has cost 4 energy to play. So that's kind of a little interesting trivia there. But moving on, it gets the B power of 800 boost and then 8 damage. And then this time around, so instead of adding a core when it lands on a red fist, the Evo, you can remove a Baku core from the opposing Bakugan instead of adding one to your own. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know why you would want to go into an Evo and then have your ability to completely change. I guess maybe because your B power got boosted a little bit, but still, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a boost to warrant completely changing the Baku core mechanic. Here, let's see. Let's take a look side by side. Alright, so you do get quite a bit of a B power boost there for 4 energy. You get 600. The damage only goes up by 2. You go from 6 to 8. Not a big difference there. But again, when you're messing around with Flaming Fists, I mean, you're going to get the damage. Obviously, you want to try to get some B power on Ultra Treacherous, but you have a lot more room if you play the Diamond Evo, because a base B power of 800 is a lot better than 2. But still not sure how I feel about this Evo, because it completely switches up the mechanic that the original has. So if you built the deck around having this mechanic, and then you want to use the Evo, you better have kind of a counter strategy to know how to use this Evo. But still pretty interesting and relatively decent in my opinion. I don't know how good all of the Diamond Evos are going to be this year, since they all cost 4 energy. But moving on to the next one, which is Spartillion. If I can flip through the cards, here we go. So Diamond Spartillion once again has an energy cost of 4 and a B power of 1400 with 1 damage. So Spartillion doesn't gain any damage once you use the Evo, but it does gain 400 B power. So it goes from the base of 1000 to 1400. So for 4 energy, you get 400 B power. That's 100 B power per energy. That's not awful. But what I really like is the core ability, or the boost that Diamond Spartillion gets when it lands on a shield, which is an extra plus 500 B power. Now, there are no shields that specifically help Arliss, so you would have to use a plus 300. But even if you did, that's plus 3, and then that's 5, so that's 8. That'll put you at, let me do some horrid quick math here, 2200 B power. So that's right up there with Ventus Nova Pegatrix. That's a little better, but again, Ventus Pegatrix hits that on its own. Spartillion, you're going to have to use 4 energy, and not only that, but you're going to have to draw your Evo to be able to play it. So there are a few questionable choices that you would have to make. Obviously, playing Evos, you have to think about that. Your energy curve, where you're going to play your Evos, how you're going to play your Evos, and how to counter when your opponent gets rid of them. So, I mean, I like using Evos. I think there's a few cards that make Evo strategies kind of work, but they're definitely hard to come up with, at least in my opinion. But this Spartillion, pretty good Diamond Evo. I like it. It's just, do they all have to cost 4 energy? Like, really? Jeez. Alright, last but not least, my personal favorite, it's time to see what FENNECA's Evo is. And this thing is amazing. Just look at that artwork. Diamond FENNECA, oh so amazing. Once again, an energy cost of 4. Like I said, that is the special, I guess, number for Diamond Evos in Legends. They're all 4 energy cost. Moving on though, a B power of 1500 is a huge boost from FENNECA's normal 400. That means for 4 energy, you're getting 1100 B power, and that's crazy. Now, for that upside, however, you are losing damage. So this Evo actually loses 2 damage that your base character has. So your base character has 7, you play the Evo, you're going to get a ton of B power. I mean, that is a competitive level B power, but you do lose a little bit of damage, so you kind of have to make a sacrifice. In some cases, you probably don't want to even use the Evo because you want that damage. In other cases, you're going to want to have the B power so you can actually win the brawl. So I really like the, I don't know, the variance there. I think that's really cool. I understand why the decision was made to drop the damage, because the B power was just raised so much. I think that's the biggest boost, at least on this starter set. But that might be the biggest boost an Evo gets so far this year. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am wrong, because I know Nova Dragonoid got a huge boost on landing on a core. But without landing on a core, without having any effect, I mean, 400 to 1500 is kind of crazy. But yeah, really, really awesome. That's it for the Evos and the character cards. Now I want to go ahead and take a look at these awesome diamond figures. Took long enough, right? 15 minutes into the video, and I haven't even looked at the actual Bakugan yet. So I will start out with the one that is open, and that is, of course, Diamond Treacherous. This thing is such a beauty. Look at that translucent plastic, which is the entire center of the body. The only thing not translucent is the arms and the legs, and then the lower jaw, which is painted. And I really like the look of that. That is really awesome. I know when I close this, it's going to be a lot like the Evolution's Enoch, and it's just going to look like a silver crystal. Taking a look a little bit at the detail, of course, we have the faction symbol in gold, the B power on the interior of the tail, the gold effect marks on the little magnet backpack there. They look really nice. And then, of course, on the hands, we have a gold wisp there and then there. Even the eyes are painted. Like, the eyes stand out so good you can see them even on my camera. Looks really, really awesome. And then for those of you who don't know, to fold Treacherous is pretty easy. You're going to want to take his legs back, fold his arms in. This little piece wraps around, and it kind of helps you center out where the arms should be, because you can fold them in too far. But if you push the tail back, it kind of lines them up right for you. And then once you have that held together, you just push the magnet down, and that holds it all together. So this is Diamond Treacherous all closed up. Honestly, what a amazing Bakugan. I mean, I really like Diamond Bakugan anyway. They just look great. They're aesthetically pleasing. You know, they're rare. Just really, really cool. And the Evos. For playability in the TCG game, I really like the Evos. Like I said at the start of the video, it is the only way to get new cards, and it has been since Evolutions. Here is Diamond Spartillion. Now, a lot different than the original. So this one, instead of having that coppery chrome middle body, has an all silver middle body, which looks really great. Of course, we have all the gold accents, this being a R-less Bakugan and Diamond. Get a lot of gold there, some black paint for detailing. Really nice. And again, a tight figure, just like the Treacherous, no problems there. See if I can't get a little rollout, just to kind of show off Spartillion a little bit. And I threw the bread and missed. Throw the bread and miss. Alright, try it one more time. There we go. Pop that Spartillion. Always says on the third or the second time for me. I don't know why. But here's the interior of Spartillion. A ton of detail. Check it out. All the interior that's painted. You have some side details, some side wisps right there. The shoulder parts of the arms, little wristbands, and then the head. We have eyes and a little grown, I guess, gold crown or something. But anyway, the brow is painted as well. Ton of detail in this diamond. I really like that and appreciate that. Sometimes diamonds kind of just don't have detail, as opposed to just translucent plastic that's open. So I really like when Spinmaster does detail things a little bit more. This is an awesome diamond. I like this version way better than the original. The silver looks a lot nicer than the coppery bronze. But yeah, really awesome. So for those of you who don't know how to close Spartillion, you fold the arms back, head down. These little side shield pieces kind of go down, and then you kind of push everything together all at the same time, so it kind of clasps in and folds in on itself. But that is Diamond Spartillion. Very nice Bakugan. And now it's time for FENNECA! Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's go. Taking a look on the outside of the Bakugan, not too much detail. You have the Chaos Factions color, so of course you're going to have a little bit of white in there. I can already see the interior diamond of the tail is painted gold. That's nice. The gold wisps on the ears, also very nice with a little bit of white there. A good accent and a good touch. There's the faction symbol. Time to get a little rollout and see how good FENNECA looks on the inside. So far, this FENNECA looks like it's the most translucent out of the set, and I like that. I appreciate the that little detail there. And I threw some bread. Really? With FENNECA? Go back, go. Almost there, almost there. Yeah, there we go. See, I made it. I did it. No one saw my hand push FENNECA on the gate card. It just magically rolled and landed. So taking a look now, get a little up close look. There are hardly any paint. So you have the head painted, you got the nose, the eyes, the little gem on top. Other than that, a full translucent Bakugan looking absolutely gorgeous. Do have a little bit of silver right there at the bottom of the neck, I can see. which, I mean, that reflects the light crazy. But yeah, really beautiful Bakugan, completely translucent. I mean, I know it's a reprint. I know people don't like that we're getting these same molds over and over again, and now Generation 2 or the reboot is over. I'm really not going to know what happens, but still, either way, FENNECA was a good character, even if it got reprinted, just like every other Bakugan. We still got some really interesting characters that look great, and this diamond is a prime example as to why I am just following Spinmaster on the Bakugan train, no matter what happens, and all the way through Generation 3, though I can't promise you what will happen after that, because I don't know how long Bakugan will stick around, but as long as Bakugan's here, I will be here, making my little janky videos for you all to enjoy. But yeah, this is a beautiful FENNECA. Definitely worth picking up if you can, just to have in the collection. Personally, I really like this one. So to fold it up, you want to pull the chest piece down, fold the arms back, and then the head down. The chest piece covers it like so. Then you fold the ears down and the tail holds everything in place. And that is Diamond FENNECA all closed up. So this version is a little looser than the Pyrus one. Oh, I unboxed yesterday. But as you can see, even when I dropped it, it's still holding together quite nicely. So that is good. But all in all, a very decent set. Just a run through of the character cards and their evos one more time. Here is Chaos FENNECA, the Chaos FENNECA Evo, and then we have Arliss Spartillion, the Arliss Spartillion Evo, and then of course wrapping things up with what we began with here in this video, and that is of course the Darkest Treacherous, which got reviewed 2 days in a row, imagine that. But yeah, that's it for this video. That's the review. I will go ahead and try to roll all the Bakugan out one more time just to kind of wrap things up. Missed with the FENNECA, missed with the Spartillion, and I got Treacherous to land at the end, so that's very nice. What a way to wrap things up. Brawlers, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already for all kinds of unboxings, monthly giveaways, and more to come. And go ahead and drop a like on this video so I know to keep doing what I'm doing. But that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. As always, stay safe, drum up, and Bakugan Brawl!